Hey guys, this is me from the future. Stick around. This is a collaboration of 2 Sundays worth of work in one video, because this video that I just made today was just me sitting and doing the same thing. Not much interesting. So I reckon that I am fortunate enough to not have done anything with last week's footage, so I can make one proper video for you guys that's a little bit more entertaining and a little bit more interactive. So yeah.
Morning guys, how are you today?
Morning, it's day 2, well day 4 actually. So yesterday it seems like we didn't do much, and it feels like we didn't do much. We actually did quite a few things. Well, Cornell did a lot of fab work. He finished up the dump up like we said last night before we went to bed and before we packed up shop. I put back the nose, I put everything back together. Now we're just ready for final assembly to check everything and then take it off, clean it all up nicely, flush everything and put it back. Hi guys, sorry for the wide angle. It's just showing you a lot of stuff at once because there was a lot of stuff happening in the past couple of hours. At this point I'm busy cleaning up the sump. I've been rinsing it out, getting out all the shavings. I've been cleaning up the bottom of the engine, as you could have seen in the time lapse. Took off all the extra silicones as a proper nice seal. I still need to do some work on the sump here, so we just get off all this old seal on here and just fix this nut that I made here, the little bump that I made because of taking it off, because it was this is like crackly steel. It felt like taking off something that was binded together with binding.
Was born together.
Accent made this.
So I'm just going to give you guys a quick update of what's happening here, what we've been doing, what we've been up to. So at this point I know it's been a very busy morning and there wasn't many updates, but that was because we were just extremely busy with trying to figure out all the few things that we still needed to sort out and get ready and get mocked up and get everything ready for prepping for going for the final installation. At this point there was a lot of stuff that was mounted. It's going to be taken off and be finished up and then be reinstalled on the car again. So yeah, at this point I can show you guys now quickly. The down pipe is fully mounted, completely sturdy, nice and strong. Use double M10 nuts on the top here to lock it in place with nice M10 bolts at the bottom. All the bolts are there with spring washers on the manifold just to prevent it from getting loose. The compressor side's in with the clamps. We're just going to do the final stretching and pulling and squeezing on the final assembly as soon as the clamp at the back is put onto the car, the circlip, yeah, like Cornell just said. And yeah, the downpipe goes down with a flex right there, so you guys can just see there for the torque of the motor, just to prevent it from stretching anything or banging anything up. I also have to do some grinding and going down there, as there's the slight spot there where the car's rubbing the boost pipe's rubbing on the chassis leg. Intercooler's in. I don't know exactly what happened. It was me rubbing now here about 5 seconds ago. I'll sort that out now. Then there's a boost pipe here coming up nicely, all going all around, going up there. Cornell just finished up with mocking up of the injectors that's underneath the intake manifold, and all that will be taken off as soon as we unbolt everything. I'll show you guys up there. While Cornel's busy undoing this, I'm going to go under the car and show you guys the exhaust pipe so far. So we've got the hose clamp on the car, nice and sturdy, nice and strong. The flex joint running into reducer, going into the 50mm stainless pipe at the back. It's a nice 63mm stainless downpipe, nice and strong, nice and sturdy. The oil return line is back up on the car, well, on the car for the first time, with the nipple that's been welded onto the sump. So yeah, that's the progress so far, and it's been put up there on top. I'm struggling to get a nice view there. As you can see there on top, there is where the return is from the sump, from the turbo, and everything's coming up nicely. It's like everything was made for the car, like nothing's too close, nothing's rubbing. As you can see the clearance there by the downpipe, it's questionable, but, and as you guys can see, we quickly removed all the boost pipes and the intake manifold, and the fuel rail has been dropped to the correct height for the RS4 injectors that's in there now, the 440cc injectors. So that's all been done and nice and plumbed, and Cornel sorted that bracket out nicely, and as you can see, it comes in and out nicely, and he just made like slight cuts there on the angles, and he's gonna go and tack them up for us nicely, nice and strong, so they don't have to bend, and it's only going to be fixed, and nice slots to drop it down the necessary amount. So Cornel did a really good job there. We're going to go and weld all these up and drop it back in the car for the final assembly, and then we just have to tackle this whole spaghetti ball that we need to sort out. Yes, all that's going around the car and everything, but that's later on. We'll figure that out together. So yeah, here we go. Morning guys. So yeah, this is me going back to work on my car. It's been long over the week deadline, but I think we're in a very good spot right now. We're going to try and get the car started today. Everything's going to be extremely honest, and you're going to see everything. We're going to put the camera down, put the car through its first starting phases, like priming the engine, getting all the oil pressure started and getting everything ready, and then we will let you guys witness everything as we go along. So it's currently 5:10 in the morning. I'm going to get cracking. I'm going to smash myself a cup of coffee, and then I'm going to get back to work. I haven't been filming for the past couple of days due to me doing wiring, and wiring not being nearly as interesting as I thought it was going to be. It has been a challenge. It has been a hell of a lot of work. But yeah, I'm going to get cracking. I'm going to get back to work, and then I will give you guys an update as soon as I get back to the car. So let me go and make myself a cup of coffee, and then I will get back to you shortly. So let's start the day off bright and early. And guys, please, if you like this video, if you enjoy it, please like, subscribe and comment. I'm going to drop you guys down for a time lapse, and I'll let you guys just have a look at how I'm going to start cleaning and getting ready to start grafting. So yeah, let me get sorted, put you guys down. The sooner I can get started, the sooner I can get done. during the course of this week, I've been busy with a lot of things behind the scenes, and I don't think there's a better chance or better opportunity to tell you guys about what I've been up to and how I've been doing this. So as you guys know, there's a lot of steel work and fabrication work that regards building a car like this and getting things mounted and made and welded and laser cut, plasma cut, whatever the case might be. Depends on your situation and your tools at hand. And I'm fortunate enough to be working for a company called Bono Steel, and most of the laser cutting and the plate work I've been doing through the company. A big reason for me to thank them in regards to what I've been doing, and they've been a big support. My company's been supporting me with this from the beginning. Okay, so this is the billet that I made at work and what I got welded together, and it plugs right here into the turbo. So as you guys can see, it sits there, and I'm going to be putting some sealant on it to make sure that it seats properly and keeps the compression there, because as I haven't been mentioning before, but this is a Golf 6 1.4 TSI turbo, and as you guys can see right there, it's a recirculating dump valve that recirculates right into the compressor housing. So every time you let off the throttle, it creates vacuum. It opens the dump valve, or the recirculating dump valve, or the blower valve, or whatever you want to call it. But it opens up and it flushes all the positive pressure back into it, so it just recirculates in here, so no pressure goes into the engine. But I'm not going to run that. I want the fancy compressor surge noises. I love that. I just, it's one of the best sounds ever. Like I said, at this point we are just going to flush the engine. We're going to run everything through it, get all the old oil and all the old particles in the motor that's not supposed to be there anymore. We're going to run it through the turbo core as well, so we can get it nice and flushed, because it has been sitting, to get all the dust and all the unnecessary grit and grime and gruesome stuff and all the gross stuff that's in there, get it flushed out of the system. We're also going to make, there's nothing connected, so the car's not going to run whatsoever. It's just going to be cranking. It's just going to be making, so we can actually hear how it sounds. As you guys saw, we took the housing off in the time lapse, and then we started debating. In me working hastily and not being careful and frustrated and just annoyed. Yeah, that's just unfortunately how life happened, and this is unfortunate school fees that I'm paying. I put the compressor housing on, and being hasteful and not being careful, I bent this blade and I broke off this blade. So that means this turbo core needs to be either reconditioned, or I need to send the whole core in to get rebalanced and a new compressor wheel fitted, or replace the whole thing completely as a unit, or buy a whole new turbo. There's a whole bunch of ways of going at it. So now at this point, I'm just trying to get hold of some people, trying to find out which is going to be the best option. To some of the people that I've talked to, the price differs on the person or the place at the time, or at the demand or whatever. So I'm just going to wait and get some prices on a new core for this. It's actually a good thing that happened at a bad time, or a bad thing that happened at a good time. Yeah. Either or, depends on the way you look at it. So getting nice and done properly, and get this all and send this whole thing into Lee, so Lee can assemble it for me properly, and because this can still rotate either way. We can still get the car started and still get the car ready, so everything is going to go according to plan. We're still going to continue with everything the way it is. The car's going to get sorted, and the car's going to get ready for going on the road. I want to get this car drivable. I'm just not going to be able to dyno the car, and I'm going to have to just get the car sorted on a base map and get the car driving just like that. So that's just how it's going to be. I know it's a risky thing to do, but at this point I don't have any other choice. So I'm going to get a new turbo core and a new turbo housing. I just need to. That's highly unfortunate, and that's unfortunately how the cookie crumbled, and that's life. That's school fees that you need to pay. That's my bad. So it's going to set us back a bit, but that's not an issue. But the car's going to be drivable, the car's going to be fine, the turbo is going to be broken, unfortunately. So yeah, let's just continue with the build and make progress, get everything sorted. Nothing has changed, the car's still going to be trying to get driven tomorrow, so let's do this. See you guys Shit, that's live. So I'll put you guys down and then just gonna continue, reassemble everything and just take it from there. Just want to give you guys a quick update of what's happening. I've been busy with all the wiring. The ECU goes on. I've got full communication there. Everything switches on. I'm just trying to get the car loaded with the base map to get it started. But yeah, up to that point, nothing much has happened. I've drained the oil of the flush. I put in new oil. I cranked the engine over. I'm going to check for oil pressure now throughout all the ports. I'm going to be building up the whole nose again, put the radiator back and get that flushed and sorted. Probably get the car off of the blocks here and just put all the sensors back together and get everything crimped and connected and then take it from there. But up to that point, not much else has happened. I'm going to put you guys back down on a time lapse while I'm busy building up the whole nose and get everything nice and tidy, and then hopefully we get some progress to get the car started. But yeah, this is what has been happening.
Chucky got the sauce, bitch.
Just a quick little update for you. It is currently, I think, about 9 o'clock or so. No, it's 9:30. It's been a really long day. It's been a hell of a lot of work and not much has been accomplished. What I did achieve though is to break my turbo. That's one thing I got done today. But yeah, a few things that I ticked off, I'll show you guys real quick. Okay, up to this point we've managed to do the one big vacuum line. This was the most work of the whole project thus far, was this vacuum line that goes from there to there. That was the most challenging thing today. But other than that, I managed to get all the wiring sorted. The fuel injectors is wired up, the air temp sensor is running, that sleeving there. On this side, that you guys can probably tell, is that majority of the mouse nest of wires is missing. This is only a positive for, there's only another positive wire that I got here for the injectors, for in case it needs a positive from the ECU and doesn't work from the normal 12 volt there. This green wire is my lambda sensor. I still need to connect this up to the lambda wideband or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Cornell's duty for this week is to sort out the brackets for the boost pipes, get them all connected nice and fresh, nice and nappy, nice and strong. The intake's going to be mounted up properly. That's going to be done. All the vacuum lines have been cable tied down. I just have to fix this one up here in front again. In the inside, as you guys can see, the ECU is in. It is wired. It does get power. Everything switches on. Everything works. Everything clicks over. The relays work. The fuel pump purges for fuel pressure. Everything is connected. Everything works. As you can see, everything's in. The only problem that I have now is that I don't have a way to communicate with the ECU. The laptop that I have, or the way I'm using it, I'm not too certain on how to load a base map. But yeah, everything other than that we've accomplished. We've done everything sorted. The car is cranking, the car is turning over, there is oil pressure, everything looks well. I'm just gonna have to replace the turbo core, and hopefully that solves that problem then, doesn't happen again. The boost pipes need to be mounted completely. We need to make a plan to fit this giant ass intake filter over the small turbo in a small space that I don't have. We're going to do that tomorrow, or during the course of the week. Everything other than that, the relays, all connected. Everything's wired up properly. The coils is wired up properly. Majority of the wiring, well, basically all the wiring's done. It's now just a matter of testing and see if it works. But yeah, I'll give you guys an update, and that's gonna be a wrap on the video today. You guys must have a wonderful week, and I'll chat to you again during the course of the next weekend or so.